Hello, everyone. Good morning. Welcome back to another episode of the Daily Dose. Today, we are starting the Mini Nation series, and of course, we have to kick it off strong with the Shoe Nation. So, thank you, Anth, for giving me the opportunity to jump on your account and showcase some of the, I guess, abilities of an early game. Nation being at level 70, I'd say this would be classified as early to mid game. But of course, we couldn't do it without you. So big shout out and thank you again. Make sure everyone is thanking Anth in the comment section down below. And if you are curious, we do have everything linked up for the Discord. And that's pretty much where we're going when we talk about account selections and having overviews and reviews and updates and upgrades, all those lovely things that our community likes to see in videos. That's how you're going to access it. So make sure you are liking, subscribing, sharing, and jumping into that Discord channel. Now, all the politics aside, I haven't really touched on Shoe Nation in this game, to be fair. It was the first nation that I played with on Dynasty Hero, so I am familiar with the character setup and, of course, the backstories. Enunciation is always going to be an issue with how you pronounce it, and so bear with me when I confuse Hoi Yang with HHY. It's actually HYY for short, but basically, let's have a look at your team. So you've got Huang Zhong, DPS for sure, Liu Bei, Guan Yu, very sexy. Congratulations on your Generation 5. And then, of course, Pang Tong, which is going to be your healer and support. So, generically speaking, Legendary Heroes' main facility is either to be raw DPS like Lu Bu, Ma Chao, um, and they sometimes have a flair for support, but the majority of the time, legendary heroes in this game are purely support based. The special hero is an exception to that. They are by far the most strongest heroes to date in terms of just raw DPS, what they can do. But if you didn't decide to build any of the special heroes that got released for the time heroes, that's fine. You'll still be in good hands. But this one's interesting. So if you're thinking about or where to start with in terms of epics, absolutely Hong Xiong is good because well, he does some interesting stuff. So his affinities, he didn't match his affinities, which is unusual. We might be able to see if we can mix and match around that in a second, but we'll have a look to see what you've got resources on hand. He has a chance to attack everyone and reduce their rage, very much like Zhu Jiang or Gao from Wei Nation and Warlord Nation. Of course, I'm sure there is one in the Wu Nation as well that can do rage reduction. But at an epic level, that is not terrible. And of course, that increases statistically speaking at 7 star. So he still does damage to all. Then he has a 15% chance to reduce rage by 2. Or actually, interestingly, that didn't increase, which is odd. Normally, it would be 30%, but that's fine. The fact is that he also reduces targets' HP, well, their heal increase, their block, and evasion. So evasion and accuracy are very important statistics in this game. So you basically need either or to counteract. Otherwise, you can't hit the target, or they'll just keep dodging. It is what it is. But in terms of like this lovely lady down here, she is a fantastic choice in regards to buffing. Now, she does do column damage, which is, it is what it is. But the most interesting takeaway is she actually buffs your team's accuracy and damage bonus. So if you're thinking of a support hero, she's up there in terms of where I would state being a great support hero. Obviously, her affinities are matched up, which is fantastic. She also has Lu Bu lit up, which is good. It's as good in terms of infinity or affinity, I should say. At 4 star, she increases those percentages that she buffs, and of course restores ally to one random hero by rage of 4. So when you get her to 7 star, eventually a long time from now, when you get her to 7 star, she's going to be able to obviously do accuracy and damage bonus, a whopping 35% for 2 rounds. But she also restores 2 random allies' rage by 4, and of course, this can probably hit her again, meaning she can continually loop her rage abilities. Um, I don't think that's actually going to work all the time, but it's definitely something to think about. She's fantastic. In terms of support, I think you did a really good job. And if you're new and starting out for the Shu Nation, that's definitely something to look out for. Now, granted, we covered you. Now, Liu Bei, I don't know about Liu Bei. To be honest, I probably wouldn't have picked him over Ma Chao, but what do I know? I don't play Shu Nation. Let's see what he does. He does front row damage. He reduces target's rage by 2. Okay, so I guess it's a thing, right? That's versatility there. The rage reduction is not bad. Reduces target's attack, so it's a debuff, and then increases yours, so it's a buff. Mm, definitely can see why you picked him in terms of like his versatility and utility within the nation. Just for that chance to reduce the target's rage is nice, and by giving everyone a damage bonus is very nice. Um, yeah, I don't know how he's going to stand up end game, but yeah, I can see why people would pick him. Now, Guan Yu being the man of the hour, we'll leave you for last. Let's have a look to see about Pang Tong. Now, I know Pang Tong is interesting. He does have quite a few affinities. Obviously, I guess you don't focus too much on this, but that's okay. We'll see if we can do some mix and matches and get some power boosts up in a second. Talents is it's fine. Rank up, that's fine. You've maxed him out. So info, what does he do now? In terms of him, he is purely support. I think he's very versatile though because anybody could use this guy at 7 star. The reason being is, well, we can check him out at 7 star form because that's what he is. But accuracy by 25, increasing all your accuracy for your allies for 2 rounds is phenomenal. And of course, there's a chance to increase one random ally's rage by 2, and you're restoring HP. So, you know, accuracy is fucking phenomenal. Accuracy is phenomenal and rage is nice. I absolutely approve of him being there. But Guan Yu, and bear in mind, this is an early game account, so you can make adjustments later on to take into account other legendaries that you build. If you're building this nation, of course, this is not like what would I say, optimal. But it is optimal for where you are within the game, of course, Anth. So good job there. And of course, we do have the Generation 5. Now, this guy is just a bit of a beast. He needs Marchal's affinity, and of course, there's Zhu Liang. Now, he does damage to the front row. He ignores their defense. After rage attack, he gains Master of War, meaning that he's immune to stun and silence for 2 rounds. And he has a chance to gain 4 rage, and all allies get damage reduction, so it makes him more tanky. It sounds nice on paper, the damage reduction, but it probably doesn't do as much as you think it does. Obviously, that probably stacks after a little while or something along those lines, but it's just an additional fortified ability. But this is where it kind of gets a little bit more interesting because he does have a chance to gain 4 rage and he increases his damage by 30%. So he kind of self buffs himself every time he does his rage ability, and he has a chance to gain 4 rage, of course, meaning he can continually rotate his active as long as it's not getting stealed by the combo charms or other nations stealing it. And of course, HHY and Pang Tong have the ability to HYY, sorry, and Pang Tong have the ability to rebuff him. So overall, not bad. Not bad in terms of versatility. I approve. What are we looking at in terms of gear? So you've got Dragon Lance on him. You got Defensive Halberd on Pang Tong. Okay. Let's have a look in your bag in a second. It's PvP. Beast Realm. Alright. Sorry, this is the first time I've jumped in the account, so I'm just checking things out a little bit. Okay, so you have been definitely utilizing a lot of your resources, which is fantastic. What I would recommend though is let's see some of the affinities. So you've got Mengd's, you got the statue. What about you? You've got that one. Alright, so you need a Prime Minister seal. Okay. So Prime Minister seal, I'm pretty positive you've got all of this affinity done. Yep, you're good. You're good. Liu. So Prime Minister seal. Okay, so you need Prime Minister seal for Pang Tong. Obviously you're rocking General seal at the moment, but because you've got this, let's just grab that out. Pang Tong. There we go. Activate that. Not a huge buff increase, obviously. Actually. But in all honesty, though, you should probably run the affinities because in the end, that's going to help you out the most. Um, any statistic is better than no statistic, in my opinion. If you were saving that for something else, I apologize, but I'll show you where you can get some more if you haven't figured that out yet as well. Um, but yeah, I'm a stiffler for affinities if I can do it. So you need. Let's just check to see what set bonuses we're running with at the moment. Conqueror. Yeah. Okay. And of course you went with that. Can I get your accuracy up? Hmm. Hmm. What combos we got at the moment? Nice. Okay. That makes sense. Ground Spike, definitely want to build Ground Spike, my friend. Ground Spike is absolutely going to be phenomenal for those that are wondering what I'm talking about. So, Ground Spike rage reduces one enemy up to four based on its level. So, it's star level. So, this is a must build for anyone in PvE and PvP because it's quite versatile. But that's fine. You've got the damage buff, the frozen one, and the healing one. It is what it is. I won't tinker too much on the account because that's not the purpose of this video. But I figured we'll try to get some affinities for you if that's possible. Now, in terms of the Celebrate Festival, because it's probably important to cover that on the account in terms of what I think it would be good for. So 7-star shard, 7-star sword. So the SS sword, the SSS sword. Basically, you can't get this without spending real money. You can buy 55 shards for 11,000 gold. I'm not going to go ahead and do that. The newest edition, of course, is the legendary Karma selection chest, which you can spend some gold to do it. And of course, you've got the epic one. So if you're interested in progressing your Star Karma shards and you've had absolute shit luck like I have, you can buy them from here, which is fantastic. It's fantastic because it's an option. There's an option we didn't have prior to this. Obviously, you can get Ascension Stones, which is nice. I think you can get Ascension Stones as well. Yep. Okay, so no more struggling about charms anymore because the Ascension Stones are there. They're very important as you progress in your gameplay. Um, you can get the blue blade out of this chest if you're struggling. Of course, this is where he got the Generation 5s from, so that's quite nice. So, spoiler alert, you need to spend money. Like, you can't get lamb, shank, chops, steaks, whatever you want to call them, without spending money. So, there is that. This is going to be a very, very quick overview of the Celebrate Festival. But basically, the value has increased a little bit only because there is more to select from. Ascensions, charms wise, of course, these are your generics that you'll be buying. I recommend focusing on your artifacts if you're at that stage of the game. Of course, equipment gear is probably going to be very important for this account. I would recommend getting that so we can get the Vermilion set and the Conqueror sets. But basically, pretty stock standard, pretty generic. Discount wise, if you If you're looking for raw value, well, if you're a VIP player, you got a spare 3,000 gold. I'd buy the beast pills because trust me when I say you're going to run out of those real quick as you level up. I'm a little bit annoyed that that doesn't have a discount on it. Not gonna lie, even if it was like a 10% discount, that would be better. But having to pay 5k gold, yeah, that hits different. Not very nice. Not very nice. In terms of value, I mean the beginning packages aren't bad in terms of value because of the stamina that you're getting. I'd only be suggesting to buy it because of the stamina. I do not condone nor support spending on any game. That's up to you. Spend wisely, but generally speaking, God's blessing is the best value in terms of packages. So you need to wait for those to trigger each day. If you are curious and you're like, bro, I don't know how to trigger my God's blessing, I'll show you real quick. So every single day, all you need to do is fight that out. And boom! The minute you use one blitz on one of your characters, God's blessing appears. It will not trigger any other way, ironically. It will only trigger when you spend some stamina on your character. And I've tested this many, many times. Many fucking times. It only appears once you trigger it, and it will only trigger once a day. The only other time it will trigger is when you hit level prestige milestones. But even when that does, it's for different event currencies, not the current event that is up on the screen. So as you can see, this is the Celebrate Festival one. $154 or whatever the price range is. Because my boy is a Australian as well, we do get screwed the pooch many, many times. Fuck you, game, to the moon. But basically, we get ripped off. But yeah, anyway, if you're curious about God's blessing, that's how it pops up. Now back to the fucking shoe video. Now, in terms of this, let's see what we can do. Let's jump into a little bit of. I want to say, where are you? Game. Oh, that's right. Because you're not level 80, you haven't unlocked it yet. Oh, that's fine. You can work towards unlocking some of the level 80s to get the siege battlefield thing going on. I actually forget what it's called. I literally disregard it that many times. So what are we gonna do? How are we gonna test this? Test this out using my big old brain here, trying to figure this out. Let's do some trials. Let's reset here. We'll do a quick blitz. Quick blitz all the way up here. Let's see how we go against people in this. So all heroes have to survive. Now we haven't done anything to the team. Ooh, so you got Sun Quan. You've been listening. Good job. So Sun Quan is quite nice in terms of his transformation. That's what I'm referring to. I'm interested to see what these guys do. Master of War procs. And then we've got Liu Bei hitting the front row. Interesting. I mean, I don't think this is a bad option in terms of trials because you want to burst them down as quickly as possible. HHY, I didn't see any rage. Interesting. Okay. All right. So we can spice things up a little bit. Let's um let's throw you over there. We'll throw you here, you here, you here. Yeah, let's try that. Let's try that. I'm just curious to see what this does. For no intensive purpose other than I'm curious to see what this does. I don't think you're going to be able to kill me. Like I had a suspicion that Yuji couldn't kill us because of his oh, Pangtong might die. No, no, we should be good. We should be good with Savage Blessing. Repel. Oh yeah, you got to kill Zia though. You have to kill Zia. Damn it. Nah, it's game over because Zia's gonna kill Pang Tong. Hmm. So looking at the enemy team and knowing that that's the formation. So Guan Yu's okay like that. Actually, I'm gonna slot you there. I'm gonna slot Lu Bu there. Let's try this. Now, the reason why you're probably asking me why did I put HHY in the front, because I want the damage bonus, but I also want the accuracy bonus too, because accuracy is very important. Now, one thing I'll state is this team doesn't realistically hit the front row. So, let's see if this is going to be enough. Because Pang Tong is going to do a bonus of accuracy, right? And then you kill you. I don't think you're going to be able to kill both. Oh, it's so fucking close. Don't you do it. Dong Zhao's going to kill Guan Yu. Fuck. It was close though. You can kind of see what I'm trying to do there. Because Jia Zhu is the strongest raw DPS that team has to offer. All right, well, we'll have to try that again. Let's just jump into. Let's get going. Let's go. Let's make some enemies in the arena. Okay. How high up can we climb? Let's breeze past some of these guys. Hey, 142. So some of these guys got a billion. Some of these guys have got a billion. For some reason, this name seems familiar to me. Queen Bee. I feel like I've killed you before, Queen Bee, but I can't remember where. Let's go 250. Let's get ambitious. Let's get balls deep ambitious. We'll try with this setup. So we got the buff going on. We got the damage bonus. These guys are going to hit first, though. Actually, we hit first because we got Fire Kitty and they don't. Oh no, we got fucking stunned. That's horrendous. So Marchao nearly took us out, but we did get a rage reduction from Lu Bu. Guan Yu still stunned. We've got -1 rage. Then Sword Master hits us. It's probably not going to kill us though. Savior's Blessing. We've got some accuracy buff there from Pang Tong, which is nice. We might be able to stun Zhang Fei, which we did. It's only for 1 round though, so this should be interesting with the damage increase. I don't think it's going to be enough though. Ooh, he's still stunned though. I'll give you that. Zhang Fei is still stunned, which is not terrible. Can we kill him? We can't kill him. we couldn't quite finish him off, but we might be able to get him with the Sun Quan. Sun Quan might be able to chop him. Oh, not quite enough. You know, I'm quietly optimistic we're gonna win this one. I don't know why. There's something about this. I just feel like we're probably gonna win this. Come on, Pang Tong, keep us alive, buddy. That's enough. That's it. And then we're back to the beginning of the rotation with the heals. So right now, though, they've got Mechanical Bull might kill us. Oh, fuckers! He's definitely gonna kill us with that last bit of combos. We did lose one guy, but I think our front row is folding. It's all over. Can we freeze anyone? Nah, I don't even think that has a freeze ability, to be honest. And then Pang Tong's gonna heal us, and then We didn't stun Marchow. Nah, I'd say it was close. It was close in my mind anyway. I thought we had enough, but we didn't. That's okay. We were, of course, shooting high with some ambitious there, but I just wanted to see whether or not it's within our grasp. What about this guy? He's a little bit lower. Ooh, so we're gonna fight a little bit of a semi-hybrid team here. So we've got Zhu Jiang, which is of course Warlord. Then we've got Wei Yang, which is Wu. We've got a Shu hero. Actually, Wei Yang might actually be Shu. Sorry, and then Pang Tong obviously is a. It's definitely Shu Nation. Um, I think he did it because he wanted the. Oh, okay. So that guy must be Shu then, because he wanted the affinity. Don't mind me. I'll just babble along. Hey, Pang Tong. Good utilization of the Emerald Lyre there. Is it enough? Can we get some damage bonus going on? Why is it everybody's using combo charm in their slot one? That makes no sense to me. Oh, combo charm. Hmm. I mean, this is going to be a war of attrition, but at the moment, it looks like Guan Yu's going to die. Yeah. Okay, so we can't beat that guy either. That's fine. Although I can definitely see the foundations of it. I can 100 see the foundations of how this can potentially excel. Beast Realm though. What do we got for Beast Realm? Have we unlocked all of these? We have. So does that mean we can go and challenge this guy? Maybe we got what it takes to push past this guy. I'd say so. I'd say so. I don't really think you're not doing that fantastic there, are you? Let's go like this. Thing is, I want to get her. The problem is I want to get HHY's attack buff out. So maybe we can try that. Go with the stuns for single target. I mean, Pangton's accuracy is important too. It's a hard one. It's a hard one to call. There's always going to be haters that say, no, you should put HHY in the back. I don't think it works that way, man. I think you really need her up front for accuracy and damage just for round one. Oh, I think we're going to chop this. I'm confident. We always start out confident, but I am confident. As long as they don't one shot us, which he did. Beast Realms. Never sleep on Beast Realms, but we're still in a good position. Because Liu Bei's up the back, so he can at least do front row single target damage. Pang Tong should be able to heal us. Um, I know they don't have Mechanical Bird, which is nice. All right, so we can't beat that one just yet, but we'll keep trying. We're going to spice this up a little bit, just to see whether or not there's anything that we can do. Xia is the biggest problem right now, is him, but of course it could also be the fact that the monsters just shit on you in this game. So we'll try this. We'll try back row with HHY. Um, let's try that. We're about 40 million above this guy as well, which is a little bit annoying. It's absolutely something that I like to point out every single time. The game is super inflated. I'm going to try and stun the shit out of Xia because that's kind of the purpose of old mate Sun Quan right now is, can we get a stun off? Oh, yes, we do. And we managed to kill him. Actually, we're in a good position now because I don't think they've got the bull's not strong enough to kill them just yet. And then, of course, we've got the heals from Combo Savior, might be able to keep us alive just a little bit longer. Um, the ape, though, the ape's going to be problematic. When that ape drops, he's going to pretty much take out one of our team members. Yep, Lu Bu gets the chop, and you get the chop. And of course, well, I don't know if we've got enough DPS to outwin these guys, but we're going to watch. We're going to fucking watch and hope. Um, Honestly, I don't think we've got enough DPS or heals to outlast these guys, which is a shame. But that's just a example of just how strong the Realm Beast is. But we got potential, you know. I'm not gonna say Shoe Nation doesn't have potential. It definitely comes down to burst damage. Um, I would have been really curious to see how Marchal would have shaped up with Sunkan and Marchal being able to one shot the targets. That's definitely something that I probably would have worked on in terms of my own personal. If I decided to build Shoe Nation, I would have gone with Marchal. Reason being too is because he's the easiest shard to get in terms of legendary. As you can see, you can get them from the wishing shop. Now, I'm not faulting you, absolutely. If you decided to go with Sun Quan first, not a terrible investment. He definitely does hit hard, and of course, you see the stun rate is at 50%. Um, so, yeah. What else is there that we can test out a little bit that is available to us? So we tried a little bit of PvE. We tried some PvP. We did some trials of the tower push. Hmm. Let me think. Let me think. I mean, obviously, I mean, we could try to do some of these ones. See what this looks like. I'd say it's pretty stock standard though. But anybody that's curious about how they sort of shape up or how they match up in terms of PvP or PvE, I should say. I think you got the subscription. Um, these ones are pretty easy to beat though. I like the fact that you went with Fire Kitty. I feel like any nation should always go with the Fire Kitty first, Kwang Ji. Um, just because it's the most versatile. We'll actually fight a full match here. Let's go with you. Let's change this, spice this up a little bit. Liu Bei, you, and then single targets there. And then we can do a very, very quick look to see if we can upgrade anything further, and we'll call it a day. But in terms of this, hopefully it's showed you a little bit about, I guess, the nation entire. Obviously, we don't have access to all the heroes, nor do I expect that at all. It's not important. What's important, though, is just demonstrating some of the strengths and weaknesses within a nation. For now, I'd say what this appears to be lacking is single target damage. What I find is almost all nations seem to lack some form of single target or burst damage. It definitely has rage, it definitely has accuracy, which is very, very sexy. Not gonna lie. But if I'm gonna be 100 with you, I'd say this is a nation where you're going to have to spend a lot of money on in order to make it shine, kind of like Warlord. It's actually very much like Warlord. I'd say Shoe Nation is probably not the nation you'd want to pick if you're beginning this game, and if you were not a spender. Just because, as you can see, there is some massive potential in terms of rage generation and attack bonus that's available at higher levels, like high star levels of the heroes. But early on, it's very much like Dao Chan. Prior to 4-star Dao Chan, she's just dog doo doo. And then after that, she starts to get a little bit better with her silence chances and her crit resistance. But I can see that being sort of a stumbling block. Now, we can have a look to see what other heroes potentially you could start the game out with, because a lot of people would be like, so Obviously, you're showing us legendary heroes PB, but what the fuck do I do when I don't have legendaries? Let's have a look at Zhao Yu. I'm sure he's probably versatile. I assume he attacks in columns. Um, so he damages in a column, so does physical damage to a column enemy's chance to reduce rage by 4. That's huge. Increases own damage bonus by 20% for 2 rounds. Dude, I'd be running this guy over the Hong Zhang. I would be running this guy all day long. He's crazy good. At 7 star, what does he do? Has 60% chance to gain 4 rage, increases own damage by 25% for 2 rounds. Dude, this is your burst damage. My gosh, Anth, this is your burst damage right here that you are sort of lacking in terms of pure strength. What does this demon do? What's he do? He damages the front row. He has a 25% chance to stun targets for 1 round. Okay, so I'm gonna be real with you. I think I would be running those over Pang Tong and over Hong Zhao, just because you don't really need Pang Tong's support at the moment. Granted, his accuracy is nice, but this guy really doesn't bring too much to the table. Um, I know that they're 7 star though, which is gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt because you don't have them at 7 star. Obviously, as we can see in terms of the heroes that we have available. Maybe work on trying to get this guy up to 7 star. I can definitely see him being a must build for tower, purely because he has the stun chance of front row, 25% chance to stun for 1 round, reducing them, and this attack has more accuracy, meaning he's not going to miss. But at 7 star, he has a 30% chance to stun, which is almost up there with Sun Quan. I can definitely see him being versatile, a lot better in terms of tower pushes. I would recommend running this guy, Wei Yan, when you can get him to 7 star. But the other guy here, man, he's going to be the guy that's going to carry you in terms of being able to do some solid single target damage, just because he gains rage, but he also increases his own damage by 20%. So he pretty much is going to have infinite loop of rage. Well, very close to it because he's got 60% at 7 star. That's a good chance. That is a solid probability chance of him getting 4 rage. But he's also increasing his damage bonus by 25%. I'd be very, very curious to see this guy in action in terms of him being able to take out targets a lot faster. Zhang Fei, I mean, he was one of my favorite. I don't know what he does in this term. He does column damage. This attack has 40% more crit and 70. Oh, okay. So this guy's an absolute beast when it comes to fucking damage as well. This is like a Ma Chao, except he hits 2 targets. Yeah, okay. So the thing with this game, right? It's it's a trap. It's a trap because it makes you assume that legendary heroes are good. They're not. And I think that's probably going to be a spoiler alert to a lot of players. Legendary heroes are not, in a lot of regards, better than epic heroes. They only become exceedingly good when they hit high star levels. So when I see a team where it kind of lacks that burst DPSy, but you've got some 7 stars chilling in the bag that potentially can do even more damage, I probably would say ditch Pang Tong, swap out Hong Zhao, run Zhang Fei, run another hero that can do some stuns in trials, or that can do some raw DPS. This is just my take on it, of course. Like, obviously, you don't have to try any of these things, but I'd be curious to see if you did that and you were able to succeed. Maybe tomorrow try that out. I just, because when I look at that and I just see the raw potential of being able to burst down the heroes round one, it makes me cringe. It makes me cringe because I know everybody loves the fact that they've got legendary heroes, and they should, because they're expensive, and of course the game wants to make you believe that they're going to be outright better. But in a lot of regards, epic heroes are going to carry you further. Like this guy here for Way Nation, even though I don't run him, um, technically he does more damage than my legendaries do. So I can definitely see why a lot of people get that misconception. Legendaries are only very good at +4, so at 4-star, that's when they start to outshine 7-star epics. It is a thing. Unfortunately, it is a thing, and it's the way the game is designed. Of course, beasts and wings and everything else substitute the power of legendaries. Um, which makes them look better. But in terms of just raw damage, a lot of the time people sleep on epics and they shouldn't. What's this guy do? He does single target damage, 70% chance to gain 2 rage. He has his own attack buff and accuracy buff. I mean, I'd even love to see if this guy. I'd love to see if we could just absolutely demolish trials with this team. This guy purely for his stun chance. These guys for their column burst damage. Like I'd be really curious to see just how much they could whoop ass in trials. I'm almost positive with HHY doing the buffing, with Sun Quan doing his stuns, even with Guan Yu, of course, doing some raw damage when he gets upgraded a little bit more. I can absolutely see them demolishing tower levels and PvP even. Um, because unfortunately, that's the biggest thing that I can say is Shu Nation kind of lacks burst damage. Ma Chao is probably the only real big bursty DPS at the moment. Obviously, Guan Yu will get there with his infinite rage. Um, but yeah, that's probably my takeaway from all of this. Let me know though in the comment section below if you agree or disagree or what you think would be a better build for Shu Nation. It's just a bit of a day in the life of Shu video, trying to show some battles at a medium level at a I guess free to play ish low spender account. If you'd like to see more, obviously hit that like, subscribe, notification. We'll be doing Woo Nation next. And at the end of the whole saga, I guess we can do what I'd recommend. I hear a lot of people recommend Woo Nation as the top nation for free to plays. I personally think it's not a bad one, but I'd like to see that. And of course, we do have High End's account that is a pure free to play account lined up. So we'll be jumping onto that at some point during the weekend or the week. But yeah, thank you so much for watching so far. Thank you again, Anth, for letting us have a look at your account. As you can see, this is the perfect combination for beasts, 100%. Combos are still strong. I'd recommend going for the ground spike next if you have the chance to do so, and potentially thinking about swapping out some of your heroes to get some more bursty heroes such as Zhang Fei and Wei Yan for trials. I think that's going to help you out the most. Realistically, you don't need Pang Tong at the moment, but yeah, he does do accuracy, so it's a 50-50 for me on that, the fence there. I'm sure you swapped out Zhang Fei for Guan Yu. I'm pretty sure that's what you did before the video started. But thanks again, and I'll catch you all in the next one.